what is overweathering? A lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about, but some people, they are living in denial. They are saying there's no such thing as overweathering, okay? Some people even get offended if I talk about overweathering. Now, I don't hate weathering. I love weathering, actually. It's wonderful. But it's a thin line. Weathering is walking the thin line. And you can very easily, accidentally, fall over and cross the border. Alright, so let's find out what is overweathering. Now, when you build a diorama or a specific type of aircraft and you have certain reference photos and you stick to those reference photos and it's maybe, I don't know, just an example, a crash BF-109 or a tank in a destroyed city or something, and you just, like do exactly the same weathering and you have these reference photos. Of course, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying anyway that there's anything wrong with heavy weathering. Of course, there are examples of very rusty or dirty or beaten up or very chipped, where the paint flake off, very chipped vehicles or aircraft. Of course, there are. But not all of them. There are also a lot of others. And I would say the majority maybe wasn't like that. Of course, there are certain, time frames in the war, like Battle of Britain, for instance. Maybe they didn't have time to properly clean and maintain everything because they need everything up in the air as fast as possible. Of course, yes, and that's more to that specific case when you have a specific time frame or a specific type of aircraft or any type of vehicle from a certain time or something. It makes sense, but it's not really making sense to do the same thing over and over and over on each and every model that you build. Or you can do it. I mean, you can anyways. You can do whatever you want. It's your model. You do whatever you want. These are just my thoughts. I'm just a stupid human being who likes to share my opinion. That's all. So what I mean by overweathering is just when you have an effect and you overdo it. It's too strong. Or you have a misplaced weathering effect somewhere where there shouldn't be any chippings. You chip like the entire wing or something in areas where usually there are no chippings, or there is not a real logic reason why the paint should be chipped off in this section. A misplaced effect, or just a very much overdone effect, or just too many effects. That is overweathering. That is my definition of overweathering. And you start weathering and there's heavy weathering, and at a certain point, if you cross that point, it will be overweathered, usually. Now, meanwhile, I came to the conclusion that it comes to there's an art form and there's accuracy. It's like art form versus accuracy in scale modeling. You can mix, you don't have to be to the far left or to the far right. It's like in politics, right? You can be far left, far right, or you can be somewhere in the middle, somewhere in between. But some people really celebrate this as an art form. That's fine. Some people really like to build models as accurate as possible, but also like to apply weathering. That's completely fine. As I said before, I'm not here to judge and say what's right and what's wrong. I'm just speaking my opinion. And in my opinion, what I do see online is many models, beautiful models, they are getting ruined. And sometimes it's ridiculous. You have a very good model and you just overchip it so bad that it looks ridiculous. Or, I don't know, the panel lines are accentuated so strong that it starts looking cartoonish. And also here, that's completely fine. Why not? It looks interesting, right? But I think, the more it gets like in this art form, the less accuracy it maybe has. So sometimes I think there's the problem in the balance, that some people demand accuracy. And if they see a model which more tends to being like a piece of art, they don't really like that. They maybe think it's overdone and they can't understand the thought process behind it. I can understand the thought process behind it. The only thing I disagree sometimes is that, you can't claim this is accurate all the time. If you have reference photos to back it up, this certain specific type of aircraft, it was always weathered like that, or it had this, in this specific moment, it was weathered like this. Yeah, no problem. But I doubt that, only half of the models that I see with very heavy weathering are built this way, are done this way. Often I have the impression that modelers use other scale models that they have seen from very talented, very, very creative people, and they try to redo it. No problem at all. That's fine. The weathering challenge, there's a weathering challenge. The right weathering at the right spot, applied in the right way. And if you fulfill all these 3 challenges, you have mastered it. You have mastered the weathering challenge. So please leave a comment down there in the comment section and let me know, what is your opinion on the topic? How do you think about weathering, heavy weathering, over weathering? And how accurate is this heavy weathering trend that we have on social media at the moment? Now, of course, another reason is also it was never more easy to get all sorts and all types of weathering products. For every effect, there's a certain product. And I think it's a bit like, it's a bit like alcohol. You have these products there, all these weathering products, and they're talking to you. Because they are saying, look, here, I'm here. This is my purpose, is to be used. So, use me, You bought me. Why did you buy me if you don't use me? So, come on, let's go. Same with alcohol, right? If you have the bottles over there, they're talking to you. Come on, man, drink me. It's my purpose that you drink me. Why did you buy me? And it's the same with drinking, actually. Weathering is a bit similar. Having a drink is no problem. It's okay. It's necessary. Often it's necessary, having a drink. But if you overdo it and you drink too much, you're going to be messed up. See? You'll be messed up. That's the outcome. You will not be accurate anymore. You will be a piece of art. We don't have to, judge what type of art. But you won't be accurate anymore. And like in politics, the far left are accusing anybody who has not the exact same opinion to be a racist. Like some people who are very into heavy weathering, they accuse people who don't weather that much that, yeah, your models look like plastic toys. And on the opposite, people who don't like to weather that much, they are saying, hey, your models, they look cartoonish. They look like a wreck. It's a mess. It's messed up. So it's the plastic toy look versus the cartoonish wreck. But of course, none of it is true, guys. Calm down, okay? Just calm down. This is not politics. It's scale modeling, for God's sake. And by the way, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I see a lot of, because I have YouTube analytics, you guys know that, okay? I see a lot of people watching the videos but haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Please do subscribe. It's completely free of charge. It costs exactly 0. It's just 1 or 2 clicks. So do yourself a favor and me, because it helps the channel a lot, okay? So in the end, I do believe weathering is perfect to give your model an individual touch, to make it look real and not like a plastic toy. It changes, like it will make a difference from your model to like other modelers who built this exact same kit, the same Tamiya BF109. But yours will stand out and have an individual touch. Not only by adding some reskit accessories, no, but applying the correct weathering. So as I started scale modeling a few years ago, I didn't know anything about aviation or about aircraft. But over time I learned, because when you're interested in the topic, you can learn something and you can start realizing why would certain effects, appear at which spot. So please do not forget, leave a comment down there in the comment section, tell me your opinion about the topic, and like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to have a look at the video that started this entire overweathering discussion, check out this video. Alright, so thanks for watching, see you in the next one. Bye bye.